gorgeous. Yeah, everything's good. It's been great. We've been doing hair, makeup, getting ready. All is well.
This is like, it was supposed to rain, and here we are. It's the most beautiful weather ever. So I am really excited. I was nervous that my suit wouldn't fit, but it looks great. So it feels great. Yeah, and the yellow tie worked. So onward and upward. I'm gonna go stand and wait for EJ. So here we go. Good luck. Missing you. I missed you guys a lot.
Hi, Henrik and Muriel. I miss you more.
Yeah. I wish you guys were here, but we can't wait to spend time with you in Madison. Yeah.
So you better listen to Aunt Mandy.
Yeah.
There'll be trouble.
So beautiful. Yeah. It just nice and relaxed. We were ready on time. We didn't, they didn't come in when we were just half dressed. We were ready to go. So I'm very happy with it so far. Awesome groomsmen. Yeah,
the best.
So, the best. The breakfast, we had a full English breakfast, and that was so filling. So, did you feel like it?
Yeah, it was great. It was perfect.
I feel like fine.
Yeah.
I'm not that hungry. I'm also extremely excited. So, yeah. So,
nobody except for all those other people that have already got past us. We don't count them.
Yeah.
We're security from here on out.
Tearful, but very happy. Ecstatic, actually. Really?
Yeah. You ladies go first.
So shall we hold hands and then you can take my arm?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and welcome Elaine Jane. Who gives this bride in marriage?
I do.
Please sit. Good afternoon, everyone, and a really warm welcome to all of you, especially of you joining us online. Hello. We're here on this wonderfully happy occasion in these beautiful surroundings to celebrate the wedding of two amazing people, Elaine Jane and Marcus. My name's Jenny, I'm Marcus and Elaine Jane's celebrant, and it is an absolute honour for me to be conducting their ceremony today. It means a great deal to Elaine Jane and Marcus that you, the people that they love and care about so much, are able to share their special day with them. Some of you have travelled a great distance to be here today, and both Elaine Jane and Marcus really appreciate the efforts that you've all made. They'd also like to take this opportunity to thank their family and their friends for all their love and support they've given them over the years. And also to take a moment to remember those people who are unable to attend. However, there are far too many to mention, and we'll be here all day. Now, Elaine, Jane and Marcus would also like to remember those people who are no longer with us, especially Marcus's beloved mum, Janet. And now we're going to have a candle ritual where we're going to light a candle to remember all those people who can't be here, but also to celebrate the joining together of both the families, the Rajalas and the Buckleys. Like the unity candle. And this will stay lit throughout the ceremony so that everybody can feel a part of it. So one of the most fantastic moments in life is when you meet the person who makes you feel complete. I asked Elaine, Jane and Marcus what marriage means to them. Marcus says to him, marriage means having a partner to know and be completely known by. Someone to support unconditionally, to learn and grow with. To challenge and be challenged by, and someone to love and be deeply loved by in return. Elaine Jane feels it means supporting each other and helping to build a life together. She says a marriage is a partnership between two people, equal in all aspects, and requires work and patience. And when it's a marriage between two people who are right for each other, it's a very beautiful thing. Now, you only have to be around these two for a very short time to realise how they totally fit and get each other. They make each other laugh, and sometimes when exchanging a quick glance, you can see how they totally love and respect each other. It's a huge privilege for us all to be here today to witness Marcus and Elaine Jane's commitment to a lifetime of love and support for each other. Elaine Jane, Marcus, please sit. We now come to our first reading, To Love Is Not to Possess, read by Andrew.
To love is not to possess, by James Kavanaugh. To love is not to possess, to own or imprison, nor to lose oneself in another. Love is to join and separate, to walk alone and together, to find a laughing freedom that lonely isolation does not permit. It is finally to be able to be who we really are, no longer clinging in childish dependency nor docilely living separate lives in silence. It is to be perfectly oneself and perfectly joined in permanent commitment to another and to one's inner self. Love only endures when it moves like waves, receding and returning gently or passionately, or moving lovingly like the tide in the moon's own predictable harmony. Because finally, despite a child's scars or an adult's deepest wounds, they are openly free to be who they really are, and always secretly were, in the very core of their being, where true and lasting love can alone abide.
Thank you, that's beautiful. So we now come to the major part of the ceremony, other than the vows obviously, which is their story. So this is where I tell you the highlights of how these two genuinely lovely people arrived at this point in their lives. This is their story, and it's all about timing. And as one of your lovely friends put it, the time was right for these two beautiful people to finally find each other. So here we have two gentle, kind, caring people, both having suffered life's ups and downs, and both looking for that special someone. Well, thank goodness for Coffee Meets Bagel. I don't mean that literally, I do mean the website. There was Marcus. He'd spent so long working incredibly hard to get where he was. His determination to retrain and learn new skills while still working had earned him a great job. And finally, he was in a place to think about his personal life. Having seen EJ's profile, he was intrigued by her picture and captivated by her smile. The picture showed her feeding a flamingo ice cream. Not your usual kind of picture. She seemed so confident, so interesting and fun. Could this woman be for real? And there was EJ. She had spent years studying at med school and parting between studying, then training and more training, until eventually she achieved the career she'd also worked incredibly hard for, becoming a specialist surgeon. Finally, she too was in a place where she would think about her personal life. She saw Marcus's profile and thought, oh, what a lovely smile. He looked so kind and seemed so mature and confident. Their first video chat quickly followed, with EJ thinking Marcus looked so cute and nerdy with his headset on, sitting at the desk in his home office. Marcus was immediately taken with EJ's smile and laugh, loving how intelligent she is and her honesty. More chats followed, with them both opening up to each other about their lives. There were no secrets from the beginning, and they both realised they had found their match in each other. They couldn't wait to meet in person. Neither COVID nor lockdown could stop them, and within weeks they'd arranged to meet in a bar. EJ had her backup person, Annalise, so she was fine meeting this stranger. If anything happened, i.e. he was a mass murderer, you never know, and Annalise did hear from her at the appointed time. She'd know exactly where EJ was, who she was with, and she even had a picture of Marcus. Or, if the date was a disaster, there was always a sympathetic ear. She needn't have worried. As she entered the bar, Marcus jumped up and walked over to meet her and greeted her with his wonderful smile and a huge hug. They sat down and clicked straight away, immediately talking about anything and everything. Yeah, this guy has potential, thought EJ. Wow, thought Marcus, thunderstruck. Dinner followed, with Marcus having booked a wonderful restaurant. Time flew by with them laughing and chatting away like they'd known each other forever. Romance was definitely in the air, and after dinner they went for a long walk by the river, hardly noticing it was minus 20 degrees. As Marcus went down to kiss her, EJ's phone rang. It was Annalise, worried sick. Was she still alive? They hurried back to their cars, had that wonderful little kiss and left, saying they'd hoped they'd meet again soon. EJ arrived home smiling. What a wonderful evening. She definitely messaged Marcus in the morning. Suddenly, Marcus messaged her to make sure she'd arrived home safely. What a gentleman. She texted him right back. They were messaging for over half an hour, neither wanting to stop. Marcus had fallen in love. He knew immediately that EJ was a woman for him. However, he asked himself, could EJ love a simple guy like him? She lived miles away. Could it work? Well, thank goodness he didn't listen to himself, because he realised he had to take the risk. He loved her. EJ was definitely interested in this fun, kind, thoughtful man and began texting every day, then phoning every day. Soon enough was enough. Marcus said, I miss you, and EJ replied, right, come over to my house for the weekend. They were both so excited, and for EJ, all thoughts of Marcus possibly murdering her in her bed were banished. Marcus's mates had also teased him, saying maybe he'd wake up in an ice bath with only the one kidney. Marcus didn't care. Initially, the date didn't go well. Due to the terrible weather, Marcus arrived late. He was tired, EJ was tired, and Max, her dog, having just had an operation, was drugged out of his mind. They managed to stay out for a cup of tea and a chat, all very awkward, and absolutely not how they'd envisaged it. The next morning, Marcus set up his office in EJ's living room, where he'd worked for the rest of the day. He promised after work they'd have that date. This was not going well. EJ went for a walk with Max and called his sister Natalie to update her on the awful situation. Eventually, Marcus was ready for their date. This was grocery shopping, something Marcus loves to do. And to be fair, it was COVID, so no restaurants were open. They picked up their pizzas and headed home with their goodies. Max immediately fell in love with Marcus, and all three of them snuggled down to watch a movie and munch their pizza. They joked and laughed so much and talked for hours. Later, EJ phoned Natalie saying, this is more like it. They began meeting every other weekend, spending their time getting to really know each other. EJ discovered that although confident, Marcus can be a little shy, and whilst on a romantic walk, EJ was waiting and waiting for him to hold her hand. Eventually she had to ask him to. Marcus says he had butterflies in his stomach, and he was so nervous he felt like he was 16 again. It was very important to EJ that her family, whom she's so close to, and her friends approved of Marcus, confirming to her that he really was as wonderful as he appeared. So video intros were arranged. Annalise already knew that Marcus was important to EJ because she was always so bubbly and excited when she spoke about him. And when Annalise met him via video, she immediately liked him. He was so open and genuine. Eventually meeting him in person, she loved his enthusiasm and how caring he was towards EJ. He definitely wasn't a nut job. Marcus was then treated to a mass meeting of EJ's family, also via video. They were so excited, talking over each other and asking him questions. Natalie says meeting Marcus, he was so patient and kind. Eventually meeting him in person, his respect and affection for EJ was obvious, and his fun, positive energy was infectious. They absolutely approved. Thank goodness. EJ soon met Marcus's best friend Andrew, his wife Anne, and their wonderful kids. They all clicked immediately, with EJ thinking Andrew was almost as lovely as Marcus, but not quite. Eventually she met Matt, Marcus's brother, and his adorable family. She found that Matt too was so like Marcus, easygoing and fun. Matt felt Marcus had lucked out finding someone like EJ, a sentiment Marcus totally agrees with. Yeah. Within a month, Marcus told EJ he was in love with her. And very soon after, EJ said she felt the same. So it was natural, if not completely unromantic, that Marcus moved in with EJ when the lease came up on his flat. However, could EJ cope with Marcus's bad habits? Toilet seat up, dirty utensils on the counter? Thank goodness she discovered she could. Moving swiftly on, marriage was an obvious next step. They were staying at EJ's parents' house for Christmas, and unbeknown to EJ, Marcus had already asked for their blessing. It snowed from Christmas Eve to Boxing Day, and Marcus knew he had to move quickly. He excitedly told EJ that a snowy owl had been reported in the park. A complete lie. Chuck and Marcus cleared the snow in the drive whilst EJ sat in her pyjamas drinking coffee. "Let's go see this owl before it's dark," Marcus said enthusiastically. "Well, aren't owls nocturnal?" "No, not this one," says Marcus. "It's winter. It happens when it can." Off they zoomed looking for owls for half an hour in the cold but peaceful snow. Thinking of everything and ever the romantic, Marcus had organised a photographer. But with the heavy snow, it looked like they couldn't make it. EJ had no idea. She wanted a selfie in the snow, and seconds before it took, Marcus was on one knee proposing to her. The shot captured the moment EJ realised what was happening. She squealed, pulled Marcus up and kissed him. "Well, is that a yes then?" he asked. "Yes, yes," laughed EJ. Minutes later, Marcus spotted the photographer, and they both decided to lie, pretending he hadn't proposed at all so they could do it all over again. Now, I don't know many fiancés that have been proposed to twice before in minutes. Do you know, it's not hard to see why EJ and Marcus work so well together. They're a totally natural, easygoing couple who are so in tune with one another. They're completely genuine people, both givers and wanting to do what's best for everyone, even if it's not best for them. They're very sociable people and love their close friends and family. They complement each other, and Marcus, with his goofy sense of humour, has helped EJ to let go a little, bringing out her dark side. Marcus is a big dreamer, and EJ helps to gently ground him a little. They make each other feel valued, confident and loved, and bring out the very best in each other. As Matt said, like different chemicals on their own, they work okay, but together they make something really cool. And as Natalie says, EJ deserves an amazing human being, and she's found him in Marcus. Simply put, you are an incredible couple who are truly made for each other. So we now come to our second reading, The Art of Marriage, read by Annalise.
The Art of Marriage by Wilford Allen Peterson. Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue throughout the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together, facing the world, It is forming a circle of love that gathers the whole family. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude or duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which they can grow old. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is establishing a relationship in which the independence is equal, dependence is mutual, and the obligation is reciprocal. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner.
Lovely. So Elaine, Jane, and Marcus, would you stand? So we're here today to celebrate Elaine, Jane and Marcus in the union of their marriage. They're now going to say their vows in front of you, the people they love. They will commence with their own personal vows and then follow these with more traditional vows.
Matt.
So Marcus, would you like to go first?
Elaine, Jane, Catherine, Buckley, we are getting married today in front of our wonderful family and friends. EJ, I have loved you since the first moment I saw you, and I knew it was you. I am unfathomably, unbelievably, extra stupendously lucky to be in your life. This may sound funny, but getting COVID with you is one of my fondest memories of When my fever was at its worst, boiling my insides, you were there to care for me. We got to spend extra time with your family and care for one another. We went for walks with our masks on when we felt alive, and all the while, I could feel the bond growing deeper and deeper each day. And now we know that there's nothing we can't face together. I love that you teach me the importance of oral hygiene and always encouraged me to care for myself, even if that means getting rid of my beloved appendix. I love your kindness and your gentleness and how you fight fair. Your energy and dedication to medicine and your patience inspires me. You pay attention, notice even the tiny things, and brighten any room. Today, on our wedding day, and in all the days to come, I promise to do all the little things that show you I love you and care for you. I promise to be better at turning lights off and locking doors. I promise to care for you when you're sick, comfort you when you're sad, and laugh with you when you're happy. The only exception is that if that happiness is because Canada or England beat the USA in anything reasonably resembling sport. I promise to give my all and be someone you can depend on. I will be your confidant, the bagel to your coffee, your partner, and your friend. I love you, Elaine Jane. It's you, and it will always be you.
Marcus, I feel the most incredible joy standing with you in front of our family and friends, the people who've been a part of our journey to finding each other, and I'm so happy that we can share this moment with them. When we first met, I knew you had so many qualities that I cherish. Your optimistic, outgoing, extroverted nature lights up a room, makes strangers smile, and warms my heart. As we've fallen in love, I've found even more to adore. I love that you make sure we have fresh coffee every morning and make me tea every evening. I love that you and Max cuddle when I go back to work and that you've quickly become his second favorite person. I love your sense of humor, our inside jokes, frequent tickles, and how you make me laugh when my heart hurts. I love how patient you are as you listen to my concerns with thoughtfulness and understanding. And I love that you remind me to slow down in life, to savor the coffee, to listen for owls, and to delight in the small moments as much as the big ones. Today on our wedding day, I promise to run errands with you until I'm old and gray. I promise to ask how your day was and listen eagerly as you explained complicated computer problems. Max and I promise to wake you up with tickling whiskers and soft kisses. And I promise to meet you halfway. I'll aim for 10 steps ahead instead of 20. I promise to say I'm sorry after we fight, and I love you at least once a day. With you, I can be perfectly myself, and I promise to always love you for who you really are, today and every day from here on.
So Elaine, Jane and Marcus will now say their more traditional vows to each other. Okay. Marcus, please repeat after me. I, Marcus Rajala, promise you, Elaine Jane Buckley.
I, Marcus Rajala, promise you, Elaine Jane Buckley,
Before our family and friends.
before our family and friends,
To stand by your side.
to stand by your side,
To share and support your hopes and dreams.
to share and support your hopes and your dreams.
I vow to always be there for you.
I vow to always be there for you.
When you fall, I will catch you.
When you fall, I will catch you.
When you cry, I will comfort you.
When you cry, I will comfort you.
When you laugh, I will share your joy.
When you laugh, I will share your joy.
No matter what lies ahead of us,
No matter what lies ahead of us,
I will see it as a journey that can only be completed together.
I will see it as a journey that can only be completed together.
I promise this now and forever.
I promise this now and forever.
Elaine Jane, will you repeat after me? I, Elaine Jane Buckley,
I, Elaine Jane Buckley,
promise you, Marcus Rajala,
promise you, Marcus Rajala,
before our family and friends,
before our family and friends,
to stand by your side,
to stand by your side,
to share and support your hopes and dreams.
to share and support your hopes and dreams.
I vow to always be there for you.
I vow to always be there for you.
When you fall, I will catch you.
When you fall, I will catch you.
When you cry, I will comfort you.
When you cry, I will comfort you.
When you laugh, I will share your joy.
When you laugh, I will share your joy.
No matter what lies ahead of us,
No matter what lies ahead of us,
I will see it as a journey that can only be completed together.
I will see it as a journey that can only be completed together.
I promise this now and forever.
I promise this now and forever.
So we now come to the ring exchange. And I'd like to invite Matt, hopefully the ring bearer, oh good, to join us and pass the ring to the bride and groom. This is the traditional way of sealing your vows. Your wedding ring is an unbroken circle, symbolising an ending and everlasting love. It is the outward sign to everyone around you of the love you share and of the commitment you are making to each other. From time to time, your rings may get knocked or scratched, but give them the care and attention they deserve, and they will remain a perfect circle. Marcus, will you take your ring for Elaine Jane, place it on her ring finger and repeat after me? That's right. Elaine Jane. Oh,
Thank you.
it's just a Elaine Jane, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Elaine Jane, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I have, I share with you.
All that I have, I share with you.
Now and forever.
Now and forever.
Elaine Jane, will you take your ring from Marcus and place it on his ring finger? And repeat after me. Marcus, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Marcus, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I have, I share with you,
All that I have, I share with you,
now and forever.
now and forever.
So we now come to the signing of Marcus and Elaine Jane's certificate of marriage, and I'd like to invite Matt and Natalie to join us. So Matt and Natalie, would you like to come on? Let me move these chairs. Elaine, Jane and Marcus, you have made each other a promise of a lifetime of love and commitment. May you live in each other's love and be truly happy in each other's company. Let your lives be full with travel and adventures together, and may your home be filled with the joys of family, dogs, fun and laughter, and always love. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to welcome Dr. and Mr. Buckley. You may now share a kiss.
Yeah.
lovely celebration and a great day. Wait, there's more tears to come.
Happy wedding day!
Collecting his candy for later. The sweet part was really mostly for Marcus.
Yeah, I probably have a sweet jaw.
Did you get your bubble gum as well?
I did. Oh, gotta get
Can you
whatever
get
these
some
are.
chocolate for me?
I can. I figured just pouring the entire thing in. There we go.
Please be upstanding for your new Dr. and Mr. Barkley.
Hi, I'm Nate.
I'm Jamie.
And we are going to be your MCs this evening. We're just going to be introducing people who are going to be giving speeches. I've known Marcus since I was in college, and we've been dear friends since then. He followed me out to Seattle. And this is Jamie.
Hi. I've known EJ since we were 10, and today I have the honor of being one of her bridesmaids for her special day, like she was in my wedding years ago now, so very exciting.
10 years.
10 years, yeah. So without further ado, we'd like to start the speeches. So I'd like to call up Chuck and Elaine, please.
Our darling daughter is married today. How wonderful is that? EJ has always known what she wants, Decisive from a very early age, she could make up her mind almost immediately which toy she wanted in the Playmobil store when we lived in Germany. She demanded to speak to Santa in junior kindergarten in a very loud voice, surprising all her classmates and teachers, as she had barely spoken a word since school had started in September. It may have taken time, but she found the right motivation to find her voice. When she wanted something, she made it happen. She was accepted at the Royal College of Surgeons in Dublin, Ireland. She embraced life in Ireland, and it gave her the opportunity to form close relationships with her English family. During those formative years, EJ made several trips back to Canada, jumping through all the necessary hoops to secure work experience with surgeons in Cranbrook, Vancouver, and New York. But more importantly, to visit and connect with her family, which she adores like nothing else. She has played a major role in uniting our families on both sides of the Atlantic. Today's spectacular, and I mean spectacular, event is the culmination of her long-held desire to be married in a beautiful country hotel in England. She is nothing if not tenacious. When she wants something, she makes it happen. For many years, EJ dedicated her every waking hour to her career. She made great sacrifices along the way, but held fast to her determination that she could have it all. In her final year of residency, EJ announced that she was getting a puppy. Not something many people would do at such a busy and demanding phase of her career, but with support from friends and family, especially co-matron of honor Annalise and Fernando, she welcomed her new best friend, Max. After years of putting her career and extended family's needs above her own, she turned focus to finding the perfect partner. Instead, she got Marcus. In all seriousness, I cannot think of a better match for EJ and her exacting standards. He has proven himself to be a more than worthy partner, meeting those standards while also keeping her grounded. He is kind, generous, and hilarious. We are so pleased to have him joining our extended family. When EJ wants something, she makes it happen. How grateful are we that our stubborn and determined little Red persisted with everything life threw at her. Now with Marcus at her side, all that's left to say is watch out, world.
I'm the worst half. Beautiful, smart, kind, generous, but more about Marcus later. There's a secret all Canadians share when we lie, and we're terrible liars. When we lie, our voice goes up. On her first breath, my daughter made me lie to my wife. When EJ was born, she cried once and went flat. The umbilical cord was around her neck twice. The nurses and the doctors untangled her, ran from the room with her. And Elaine looked at me and said, "Is she all right?" And I said, "Sure, she's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is perfect." For those of you who don't think God has a sense of humor, she does. At the start of the pandemic, I asked God for a few things, amongst which I asked that my 3 children find a mate to go through life with. Not a perfect mate, mind you, but one who could share their life, the good and the bad, make them laugh. Just like Elaine laughs at me. I mean, with me. And with Marcus, that's what EJ got. As a busy surgeon, I invited all of our children to do rounds with me on Saturday mornings. Good for me, good for Mom, Good for the patients. EJ is the only one who decided to shadow me for a week in high school in her senior year. Ah, revenge, I thought. Got her up at 6:30 every morning, stayed with me all day and part of the night. I could see the passion of medicine growing in her, and I thought, I'll beat this out of her. Come Saturday morning, she was sitting at the breakfast table waiting for me. And I said, it's Saturday, your week is done. And she said, but I want to see what happened to the patients. What had I created? Okay, Marcus, your turn. I would like to thank two people who got Marcus here today. And no, I don't mean his best man and the limo driver, but his parents. His father, who's looking on, and his mom, his father Greg, who's looking on, and his mom, Janet Lynn, who's looking down from above on us. Natalie recently introduced us to a concept of love languages in all their forms. I knew Marcus was perfect for Elaine Jane when we held hands together, him and me. Now, there was a certain amount of undress, and we were both hot and wet. If you would like details, you can ask Marcus or Elaine Jane. And there is a video.
I'm not what you think. I don't know what you're thinking.
Marcus is one of several men that I definitely look up to in our extended family. Surprisingly strong, muted self-confidence, and a wicked sense of humor. As is Ian, whom I also look up to, and many more men in this room. But not Lewis Small. I don't look up to Lewis anymore, because it hurts my neck too much. Finally, Marcus mentioned a few months ago that he was joining a team. And that made me very happy, because this next part wouldn't work without that. You've joined many teams, Marcus, but I don't want to spoil the surprise, so I'm only going to warn you about one. Do you remember when you were 9 or 10, hormones started to kick in? Right, Daphne and Rosie, wherever you are? Estrogen or testosterone doesn't make any difference. And an adult tells you it's time to go to bed. So you go to your room, angry. And you say to yourself, when I'm older, no one is going to tell me when to go to bed. Well, welcome to Team Sleep. You're watching TV when suddenly your spouse out of nowhere says, time for bed. And you say, sure. Do you know why? Because you're married now, and you really don't like to see the end of movies. To all our friends, guests, near and far, and family, thank you so much for coming. If you give us a moment, we're going to step back to our seats, and then I'll ask you to stand to toast the bride and groom. Give us a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, could I ask you to stand and raise your glass to the bride and groom? The bride and groom. Cheers.
I just figured because you were dressed, it's easier than just standing and sitting, standing and sitting.
We're so glad you could be here virtually.
It's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, the best man, Marcus's brother, Matt Rajala. He's all that's standing in between you and your main course. I've read his speech and I think you'll enjoy all 11 pages of it.
since Nate read it, I edited it down to a page and a half. So I'll make this relatively painless. So what an amazing day today has been already. I want to thank all of the families and friends who have traveled from all over the world to be here. These two are amazing, and it's truly like an honor to be a part of the day today. So, to the outside world, we all grow old, but not to brothers. We know each other as we always were. We know each other's hearts. We share our own language, our own jokes. We remember family joys, sorrows, and we live outside of time. My name is Matt. I'm Marcus's older brother. For the better part of the last 3 decades, I've had a front row seat to watch a young man navigate life's challenges, victories, defeats, the ups and downs, and through sometimes immense pressures, I've watched this young guy be transformed into a true diamond. Marcus has the most positive spirit, good humor, sweet nature. He's full of joy. He's easy to love because he gives love unconditionally. From an early age, I've known Marcus was a special guy. My first memories of Marcus was this feeling of joy. I was 5 when he was born, so I don't remember a lot from that time, except for this feeling of just joy that I had a brother. And I had no idea what that would be like. But Marcus and I shared a bedroom for 13 years. We slept in bunk beds that entire time. We switched between who had the top and the bottom bunk, but we were in bunk beds then. You know. We used to pretend when we were younger that we were Ernie and Bert. And I was really annoyed that Marcus always wanted to be Ernie, which meant I had to be Bert. And every night Marcus would say in this Ernie voice, "Good night, Bert." As Bert, I'd have to go, "Good night, Ernie." So this lasted up until I was 18 when I So you could just imagine, you know, older guys in their bunk beds. Yeah. So. On behalf of the Rajala family, EJ, welcome you to the family. You're a beautiful addition and a wonderful compliment to Marcus. We wish you many awesome years of joy and happiness, and we pledge to honor, encourage, and support you both in your journey, which begins today. So I'd like to raise a toast on that note. And congratulations on these two starting an awesome journey together. Here's to you. Cheers.
I've been searching a long time. Someone exactly like you. I've been traveling all around the world, waiting for you to come through. Someone like you, make it all worthwhile. Someone like you, keep me satisfied. Someone exactly like you. I've been traveling a hard road. They've been looking for someone exactly like you. I've been carrying my heavy load, waiting for the light to come shining through. Someone like you, make it all worthwhile. Someone like you, make me satisfied. Someone exactly like you. I've been doing some soul searching, find out where you were at. I've been up and down the highway, in all kinds of foreign land. Someone like you, make it all worthwhile. Someone like you, keep me satisfied. Someone exactly like you. I've been all around the world, marching to the beat of a different drum.
Can everyone hear me? Yeah. There we go. I'm just up here to announce the next speaker, which is the beautiful maid of honor and sister of the bride, Natalie Buckley.
As EJ's baby sister, it is my honor to give the toast to the bride. It is delightful to see so many of EJ's family and friends here to celebrate her on this joyous day. It stands as a true testament to her character that there are so many people willing to travel around the world to come to her wedding. Growing up, Elaine Jane and I had a fairly typical sister relationship. 1 second fighting, and the next second getting along like two peas in a pod. You could say that it was a somewhat tumultuous relationship, but through it all was a solid foundation of love. Despite my being the annoying little sister, usually affectionately referred to as Snotface, EJ has always looked out for me. From lending me money every time we played Monopoly as kids, to teaching me how to drive standard, and protecting me from scarabs on The Mummy at Universal Studios, EJ's love for me has always shone through. Not to suggest that EJ is a perfect sister. She is lovingly referred to as Bratface for a reason. I long have wondered who might come along and make my sister as happy as she deserves, despite her lingering brattiness. I'm thrilled to know that Marcus has taken up the challenge with great courage and love. Now, growing up, we were not prone to sharing details about boys or dating with one another. So, when she suddenly called me up one December afternoon to discuss a coffee date she had just left, I knew something was very special about this man. She tried to downplay the whole event, but I could tell that this mysterious Marcus had left an impression on my sister. I know my parents have mentioned so many of Marcus's better qualities, but chief among them in my mind is how happy he makes my sister. When I met him for the first time, I could tell how smitten he was with her, and she with him. The one thing that stood out to me above all was how easily he made EJ laugh. At times, quite a task, may I say. But Marcus managed that with ease from the very beginning. You have been together for almost 2 years now, and you are already married. Something I can't seem to accomplish after nearly 7 years. I know you both have many great things ahead of you, but I wanted to give you a glimpse of what you might enjoy by taking a brief look into the past. Marcus, perhaps in the rare instance that she is wrong, EJ will apologize to you. But does she apologize with sing-songy notes? If I may, a note from the one and only Elaine Jane Buckley, circa 1998. It is on teddy bear paper. Thank you for the Camelot toy thing and the note. It was a very sweet surprise. La 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 la. Okay, all done. And that is written verbatim. I am sorry for the time I have been mean to you. And I really do love you inside of my heart, but I do not always show it. Bye. Love, EJ. P.S. Please write back. EJ, I look forward to our many more adventures and fights in the future. And Marcus, I wish you the best of luck. We believe in you, though. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses and join me in a toast to the most beautiful bride, Elaine Jane Buckley.
It is our pleasure to introduce your last speakers for the night.
Dr. and Mr. Buckley.
Today has already been so amazing. We are so grateful to all of you for making this a day we will cherish and remember forever.
To Mom and Dad, 1,000 thank yous. Thank you, Mom, for answering the phone every time I called. Thank you for videoing in to see every single dress I tried on, and for being with me each step of the way. Thank you, Dad, for searching high and low for my perfect wedding ring. for quietly listening to all the phone calls and always reminding me it would all be okay. I know it initially seemed like a crazy plan to have this wedding in England, but you both took it in stride and believed we could do it. You've given much more generously than we ever imagined, and you have welcomed Marcus with open arms, never doubting that he was the best person for me. So thank you for everything.
To my family who's with me here today, my Uncle Paul and Auntie Linda, to my dad, my sister Annalie, my brother Matt, his wife Abby, my sister Kiri. Words cannot explain how grateful and loved I feel that you've dusted off or gotten entirely new passports. And traveled thousands of miles and across time zones to celebrate with us tonight. Thank you for welcoming EJ into the Rajala family with our trademark humor and intensity and such goodness and love.
To my stunning bridesmaids, I am so grateful to you for all your support and endless cheerleading. I have benefited from your wisdom and experience in wedding planning, and I'm grateful you all said yes, closing the beautiful circle of being bridesmaids for each other. Natalie and Annalise, an extra special thank you for embracing the challenge of being co-maids of honor. Annalise, I did not know how much etiquette went into planning a wedding, and I'm pretty confident you saved me from insulting at least one person. From stuffing envelopes to sharing perfected lists and planning a beautiful shower, you've supported me every step of the way. Natalie, you stepped up to maid of honor duties with grace and only a few moments of sheer terror in your eyes. Thank you for the video calls to talk through everything and finding ways to help when I didn't know what to ask for. Thank you for helping plan our fabulous Friday this weekend. It was amazing. And thank you for all the time and energy you've given over the last few months. I know it was a lot, and I thank you very much. I love you for being here with me.
To my groomsmen, Matt and Mikey, you've known me since I was born. And Bub and Nate, it just took a few years for us to meet. So, I don't know honestly, where I would be without you guys in my life. Encouraging me, challenging me, and making my life rich. I'm honored that you're here and humbled by the fact that you're always there for me. And you each inspire me to be a better man and set the bar high for being a father. Fingers crossed. And I cannot forget, a huge thank you goes out to your significant others, our family and friends, for watching the kids and animals and holding down the fort while you're here.
Thank you to everyone who is here today. We are a little bit in shock still of all of our many different worlds colliding in such a beautiful place, and we are grateful to all of you for making the journey.
To our loved ones who weren't able to make it, we miss you, but are delighted that thanks to technology, we've been able to share these moments virtually together. We love you all
very much.
and we love you all very much, and have much more celebrating to do tonight. So cheers! Cheers!
Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I with pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ. Ain't nothing please me more than you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Okay, so I believe there is an order to this. Yes, there is. So, I believe the groom must have his right hand above the bride's hand. Because this may be the last time the groom has the upper hand in this relationship. Okay, so if the photographers can let me know if they're in place ready to go. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to make this nice and easy to follow. We're going to do a countdown from 5, so I believe everyone can follow that. So after my lead. Okay, so here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so please don't go anywhere. If the lovely staff, if you could be so kind to remove the cake, I believe we are now going to go straight into the first dance. Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this lovely couple onto the dance floor to perform their first dance as husband and wife. So without further ado, could you please give it up for the new Mr. and Mrs. Buckley.
There'll be days like this, when everything falls into place, like the flick of a switch. Oh, my mama told me, there'll be days like this, when you don't need to worry. There'll be days like this, when no one's in a hurry. There'll be days like this, when all the parts of the puzzle start to look like they look. And I must remember, there'll be days like this, when you don't need an answer. There'll be days like this, when you don't need a chance. There'll be days like this, when you don't get the trade by that old Judas kiss. And I must remember, there'll be days like this. Well, that's nobody's business. Where did you walk in? Well, my mama told me there'll be days like this, when no one steps on my dreams. There'll be days like this. People understand what I mean. There'll be days like this, when you ring out the changes about everything else. Well, my mama told me
newlyweds, the new Mr. and Mrs. Buckley. And I believe they are going to do a father and daughter dance now. Okay, so here we go.
Don't stop crying, it will be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For I'm so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forever. Why can't they understand the way we feel? They just don't trust what they can't explain. I know we're different, but deep inside us, we're not that different at all. You'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and don't listen to them. What do they know? We need each other to have to hold. They'll see in time. I know when destiny is.
Once again, if you could please give it a for Elaine and her dad. I can now officially announce that the dance floor is now open. Thank you.